Welcome to A Day in Old Japan. Today, follow a lower-ranking samurai through an ordinary day in the late Edo period. This is a careful reconstruction. Duties and living standards varied by domain, rank, and decade. Before sunrise, the samurai's swords rest beside folded bedding, but no battle is waiting outside. He wakes in a modest urban residence shared with his family. His rank grants legal status and obligations, not automatic wealth. The room is cold, the light is weak, and the first work of the day is domestic: fold the futon, wash, dress, and prepare to appear before superiors with the care his position demands. The familiar image of a mounted warrior belongs to another setting. In long peace Edo Japan, many retainers began their mornings much as clerks, guards, messengers, and household managers did, by getting ready for duty. Dressing is a statement of order. A plain kimono, hakama, hair arranged correctly, and the paired swords associated with samurai status. Materials and decoration reveal means as well as taste. Breakfast may be rice, soup, pickles, and a small side dish, eaten without spectacle. Around him, the household is already calculating fuel, food, clothing, and credit. A stipend measured through rice does not remove the problem of cash. For many lower-ranking families, maintaining the appearance expected of a warrior household is a daily financial pressure. His wife, relatives, servants, or older children may all help keep that household functioning. He steps into a city built around visible rank. Gate design, clothing, companions, and where a person may enter all communicate position. The two swords at his side matter, but so does his posture before a senior retainer. On the road to duty he passes merchants whose cash income may exceed his own, laborers already moving goods, and other samurai heading toward offices, storehouses, guard posts, or messenger routes. Peace has not erased the warrior class. It has transformed much of its work. The government still depends on loyalty, but loyalty is now recorded through schedules, documents, ceremonies, inspections, and chains of command. At the domain office, his tools are brush, ink, paper, seals, ledgers, and memory. He may copy a report, check an account, carry instructions, register supplies, supervise an entrance, or wait until a superior needs him. The exact assignment depends heavily on rank and domain. Some posts carry influence, others are repetitive and poorly paid. Etiquette is part of the job. A mistake in language, timing, or document handling can damage a reputation built over years. The swords remain beside him, a visible claim to status and readiness, while most of the morning is spent making an administrative system move one piece of paper at a time. Midday food is practical and the pause is brief. Conversation follows hierarchy even when the work feels ordinary. News travels through official messages, private rumor, and printed material from the city. A retainer may worry about an inspection, a transfer, a sick family member, or the rising price of something his stipend no longer covers comfortably. He cannot simply abandon his status to pursue any trade he chooses. Yet samurai households found ways to adapt. Teaching, writing, craft work, gardening, or other permitted side activities could supplement an income. The dignity of rank and the anxiety of debt could exist in the same room. Later comes martial practice. Swordsmanship is important, but it is one discipline among several. Depending on place and opportunity, Training might include spear, archery, riding, firearms, or unarmed methods. Practice develops posture, control, endurance, and identity. It also connects the present to a military past that peace has made less immediate. The training hall is not a cinematic duel. Movements are repeated. Corrections are precise. Equipment is maintained. A lower-ranking samurai may spend far more hours across a year writing, waiting, traveling, or managing household affairs than fighting, but martial skill still helps define what he believes he must be. Duty does not end when he leaves the office. He may visit a lender, inspect household goods, deliver a message, teach a lesson, or discuss an expense that cannot be postponed. Merchant wealth complicates the official social order. A tradesman may bow to samurai status while holding the credit that keeps a samurai household afloat. At home, clothing is repaired rather than casually replaced. Rice may be exchanged for cash through intermediaries. Every choice must balance present need against public appearance. This is the quieter burden of the class, to embody authority even when the household budget is fragile. Now look beyond one reconstructed day. Samurai did not share a single lifestyle. A powerful senior retainer, a castle guard, a rural administrator, and a poorly paid foot soldier occupied very different worlds. Rank affected residence, income, duties, education, and access to a lord. The word samurai describes a broad status group, not one job description. Visual records and domain documents show hierarchy within hierarchy. When a film presents every samurai as an independent master swordsman, it erases the offices, dependencies, and unequal households that made the class function during 2.5 centuries of Tokugawa rule. A stipend expressed in rice also needs explanation. The unit koku represented an estimated amount of rice, but a stated stipend did not mean sacks simply became spending money without loss. Rules varied. Deductions, obligations, conversion, prices, and debt affected what reached a household. Rice had to become cash for rent-like expenses, clothing, tools, gifts, travel, and services. When prices shifted, a fixed stipend could lose practical power. That is why the diagram moves from domain storehouse to allowance, exchange, household budget, and sometimes merchant credit. Status might remain high while purchasing power became painfully limited. Finally, compare the symbols with the schedule. Swords and training communicate warrior identity. Brushes, ledgers, gates, ceremonies, and errands reveal everyday government. The two sides are not contradictions. Tokugawa rule preserved a military status order while relying on administration to maintain peace. An ordinary samurai's day could therefore feel less like a battlefield story and more like life inside a strict institution, disciplined, visible, financially constrained, and always measured against expectation. By following the paperwork, the household accounts, and the repeated practice, we see a more human figure than the legend alone allows. The sword shaped his identity, but routine, hierarchy, paperwork, and household survival shaped most of his day. Subscribe to A Day in Old Japan for more quiet journeys through the past.